Hello. I'm gonna create a video here about the integration between coreBOS and HubSpot. To kind of show the functionality, different kind of options, and kind of look at the back end, see how it's working, what it's doing, kind of give the big context of what it does and how it does it. Okay. So first I'm going to show here what I have, the different screens I have open, so we can kind of just situate ourselves. Here I have my HubSpot account open. This is, as we can see up here on the right, we'll make this a little bigger. Here I have this HubSpot ID. My account is 306-8977. Okay. Put that back. Here I have a few other, I have my developer account also, which is another ID. Here I have a coreBOS app, which I've created. Okay, this is on the HubSpot developers page. It indicates how to do this. The way the coreBOS integration works, you can either create your own app and connect with that one, or you can actually use this one. Okay, this is a public app that it's open to anyone who wants to use the integration. Since it works with OAuth, there's no problem. Okay, there's an API key here, but I'm going to deactivate that also. But it would also work if you configure that one. I'll try to get some tests both with the API key and the OAuth. Okay, once you get this app created, it'll send you a little page. It'll send you into these details where you have an app ID, the name, the author name, and some information, and basically what's important, which is the client ID and the client secret, which are down here, which is the ones you have to put into coreBOS. The scopes, the only scope we are currently using is the contacts. Okay, the contact information is what is synced between coreBOS and HubSpot. At the moment, it's the only thing that's being synced. I think that there could be some interesting options here with sending other information into HubSpot, or even getting other information from coreBOS into HubSpot. HubSpot released about a month ago a special CRM integration, whereas you can see information from your other applications, from outside applications, in a little kind of box or screen, a widget inside your coreBOS account. I mean, okay, that's there, and we could always get to that if needed. At the moment, we're just synchronizing the contacts information in both senses, in both directions. Okay. Here I have another HubSpot page, but anyway, the important ones are this one where I have my contacts. We're going to see how I'm going to change these numbers here, and my developer account, which I had to create to get the OAuth working. Okay. Then I have another screen here where I have my database, which is the test install I'm working with. These here, the important things that we have to control is the coreBOS message queue. Okay, right now I have one message in there, which I'll explain shortly what it is. The subscription queue, which has 3 subscriptions in it. Okay, because right now I only have these HubSpot working on the queue. The 3 are the delay. Okay, the HubSpot delayed sync and the HubSpot change sync. These are kind of like event handlers or listeners that are controlling every time a record changes in coreBOS, a message is put on the queue. Okay, it says if we delete a record in coreBOS, automatically a message gets put on the queue saying that the record has been deleted and that we have to inform HubSpot about that. Okay. Then we have the HubSpot change, which will be triggered every time you create or modify a record in coreBOS. A message will be put on the queue, and that will be detected by this controller, this process, and it will send the information to HubSpot. The other process we have is the poll. This is the one that's going in the other direction. Okay, we have a poll which launches about every 6 minutes. And connects to HubSpot, checks if any of the synced contacts has changed, and if it has, it brings in those changes into coreBOS. It controls, it's just like we send from coreBOS to HubSpot, it controls the delays from HubSpot also. The thing is that in coreBOS, it won't really delete the record. It just marks it as deleted in HubSpot. Okay, so you can always launch a filter and delete them in HubSpot and coreBOS if you want to, but it's not going to delete the record. And the record's not going to just disappear on you in coreBOS. It will just be marked as deleted. Okay, but it will detect that it has been deleted, and it will detect any other change, and will update your account or contact in coreBOS automatically. Okay, so these three messages, these three subscriptions are the processes that are kind of doing the work. They're reading the queue all the time, and doing whatever they have to do. Okay, another interesting table is the CV settings table. This one is important because this is where all the HubSpot information is saved. Okay, your client ID, the authentication, the OAuth authentication ID, the access token, refresh token, the times, all kind of information that kind of needs to be controlled is saved in this table. So it's a nice table to control also. Okay, okay, fine. Then we have another tab here. I have another browser here where I have my actual coreBOS installed and working. Okay, here I have on screen right now in this tab I have the contact, one of the contacts, this Lena Schubert, which, as we saw here, is also this Lena Schubert. Okay, they're both synced. If you see the telephone, for example, 9903-3608-888, and we come over here to the same record in coreBOS, and it's the same telephone number and the like. Then I have another tab here in the same coreBOS install where I have my HubSpot activation screen. Okay, here I have my HubSpot client ID, which I showed at the beginning, the OAuth client ID and the secret, the API URL, which doesn't change. This should be almost probably even hidden, but anyway, it's here, so if it does change, you don't have to go into the code and change it. The HubSpot poll frequency, HubSpot recommends 5 minutes minimum, so I kind of put the 6 by default. And then I have here the related deals with. Okay, this is because we also are synchronizing deals. Deals in HubSpot are potentials in coreBOS. Okay, so those are kind of controlled also. The thing is that when HubSpot does, which does seem kind of logical, is that a potential can be related to both an account and a contact at the same time, which makes a lot of sense, really, because you are that opportunity, that business opportunity is against the company, and you're working with somebody. You're talking about with somebody in that company about the opportunity, and somebody's going to approve or deny the opportunity, the business opportunity. So it does have both of them. When that deal comes into coreBOS, we don't have both of them by default. So we have to decide. And basically, this is pick list will tell you, who of the two that are coming in from HubSpot, the account and the contact, which one do I relate the deal that I'm creating in coreBOS with? Okay. There is an extension. There's a patch that we have somewhere around that separates that. If anybody's interested, we could look into that, and also if that is there, maybe kind of separate this and say both data or both relations on the deal. Anyway, the important part right now is the part above, which is the HubSpot client ID, the OAuth client ID, and the client secret. Okay, we need these three to get this working, and it has to be enabled, obviously. Okay. Once that happens, what we do is here on the contacts record, we bring in a new block, and on this block we put the HubSpot ID of this contact. Okay, so that's 151. That is coming from here. If we looked at this record, you can see down here at the bottom of the screen, it's kind of small. Let me see if it's bigger in here. Up on top of the URL. Okay. If you look at the URL up here, we see that this record is actually 151. Okay. That ID is the HubSpot internal ID for this contact. Okay. So that information gets migrated into coreBOS, so you can kind of control it if you need to. Some more information that we get here is create in HubSpot. That means that it was created, and it will create in HubSpot, it will be created there. No, that means that that this record was created in HubSpot, and it's in coreBOS because we brought it in through the synchronization. It wasn't created natively in coreBOS. Okay. If it's deleted or not in HubSpot, direct URL to that account, okay, to that contact in HubSpot. So you can just kind of click here and go directly to see that, the last sync date, and if this is supposed to be synced or not with HubSpot. Okay, this is really important field. If this is set to no, the contact will not even be looked at. Okay, I mean the information will not go ever to HubSpot nor come in. Okay, this has to be marked for them to be selected. If you create a record in HubSpot and it gets created in coreBOS, this checkbox will be selected by default. But if you create it in coreBOS, then you have to mark it. You have to check it. Okay, obviously you can set the default to yes in layout editor, or with business mappings as you see fit. Okay, so it depends on your business logic how you want to control this field, but this is one of the important fields. If you set that to no, the information will not be synced. Okay, and the HubSpot deleted on here is the date that it was deleted. If this would be true, you would have a date here indicating the date that was deleted. Okay, so I already have this. Okay, so basically those are the screens that we have set up. I already have this configured. Currently I have it configured with OAuth. I clicked here on the establish HubSpot authorization, went through the steps, and I got the access token and all the stuff, and this is currently working. It's installed and it's all configured and everything. So if I come over here and I change this number, for example, and put 999. We run over real quick to the database, see if we catch the message. Yeah, okay, this is the message. Perfect. Okay, we have a HubSpot change sync that was put on the queue. This is really quick. I mean, this is read like every 4 seconds, so it's probably not even there anymore. Okay, it's really fast. I think it's 4 or 5 seconds. I don't remember right now. Let me see. I think I have that over here on my other screen. No, don't have that open yet. Okay, if I open it's 4 or 5 seconds. So it's really quick. It just puts the message on there and it just sends out. If there's any error, right now, since this is all in the background, what happens is that the HubSpot API, the HubSpot integration module, what it will do is put another message on the queue with the error. Okay, it would be the channel would be error log, and ideally we would implement some kind of error process that would read the queue for any error log message and send that out, I don't know, by email, send it to a file, or put it on Elasticsearch somewhere so you can look what's going on. Okay, right now it's just put on the queue so we don't lose it, but the information is okay, I got this error and this is what happened. Okay, in this case, since there isn't anything here, I suppose it should be fixed. It should have been set and set. So if we come over here and look at the telephone, okay, the telephone is 888, okay, over here. I'm going to make this a little bigger. Okay, it's 888 over here. And I'm going to refresh the page. And let's see if that changed. There you go. Okay, we have 999. Perfect. Okay, that worked exactly as expected. I guess if we, I guess no, I mean, if I change this back and put, I don't know, 222 and save that change, what's going to happen now is that, let's reload that, make sure the change went in. It did, I'm sure, but anyway, just in case. Okay, well, now what's going to happen is that we have to wait for the polling process to go through. Okay, this polling process here, this message was put in the queue when we configured the settings. Okay, when you start here and you save this configuration, what it does is that automatically puts a message on the queue, which is this one here. Okay, this HubSpot poll message, and it sets the deliver time. Okay, here if you see let's make that a little bigger so we can see it. It says that it was delivered at 15:20, and it's 15:20 25, so probably, and okay, good. It's gonna be, we're not gonna wait long. Okay, it was put on the queue at 15:20, and it was supposed to be, and it was set to deliver at 15:26. Okay, 6 minutes later. Okay, so now what's happening is that the queue wakes up every 4 seconds or every 4 or 5 seconds. The process reads the queue and gets all those messages that are pending delivery. Okay, it sees this message, but since it's set to deliver after 15:26, it just ignores it. It leaves it there waiting for it for its time to come. Okay, once the time comes, the message will be delivered and the HubSpot poll process will be launched. It will go to HubSpot, will check up, it will get the information, it will see the change that I made, bring that change in, update the records, and once it finishes, it will put another HubSpot poll message in the queue for it to be delivered in 6 minutes. Okay, so it's auto feeding or auto establishing it. Once you put one message in the queue, it just continues to work and put more messages in. Okay, so it's all the time. It just keeps on working forever until you kill the cron or the demon that's reading the queue, obviously, or you delete the message, which would stop the process. Okay, okay, so I have 15:26 already. If I refresh this page, we should see that refresh or not. Pull that back, refresh. Okay, perfect. Okay, you see that after refreshing, I now have a new message, the same message, HubSpot poll. This one was sent at 15:26:18, so it took it about, it was 12 before, so it took about 6 seconds to do the work. And it will be delivered at 15:32, so it's 26 and 6 is 32. Perfect, okay? So that should have worked, and if we go back into our coreBOS and into our contact here where we have the 999 and refresh this page, bring that up a little bit. And there we go, 2222. Okay, so it went into HubSpot and brought in the changes. Okay, that seems to be working pretty good. I mean, it's basically that easy. Okay, once it's working, it's just kind of transparent. You just work in one side or the other, and it just keeps on going. Okay, what I want to do now is I want to force some of the changes here. I wanted to first, I want to eliminate the OAuth authentication I have here and put the API key. So I want to see if it's working with the API key. That will bring us to another issue, which is important to know. Then that basically I want to do because I want to do the OAuth authentication here on the video so you can see how that works. Okay, so I'm going to eliminate it and I'm going to do it again. Okay. When in that process, I'm just going to kind of benefit that I have to delete it to set up the API key and test that part also. Okay. Okay, good. So let's go in over here to the database. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to deliberately delete the authentication that I have. Okay, I'm going to kill this one, the access token. I'm going to kill the OAuth client. I'm going to kill the refresh token and the HubSpot secret and the HubSpot update date. Basically, those are the ones that are making my OAuth work right now. Okay, so I'm going to kill those and I'm going to end up with not being able to sync anything right now. Obviously, we have nothing nothing control there. Okay. I'm going to jump over here to my developer account and I'm going to get my API key, which is this one. Okay. Okay, that should be enough. This API key I think is all I need. Now I'm going to come over here to this. Let's reload this page. I should get empty fields here now.